All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Saturday, the 7th of August, 2021. We've got the moon moving through the early degrees of Leo, getting ready for this Leo new moon happening on Sunday around 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But it's going to happen on Sunday, not on Saturday. Saturday, there's other intentions for the moon that are set up as it's moving through Leo, getting ready, preparing us for this new moon. New moons are new beginnings. Early in the morning, as the moon's moving through the early degrees, it's going to be creating a septile to Jupiter in the later degrees of Aquarius. Jupiter is retrograde right now, moving backwards. So it's already gone through this territory. Aquarius is about the community. It's about the collective, all the individuals that make up society. It's about the group. It's also about the director having a big vision, seeing the future, technology. In Jupiter's all about expansion. It's saying more community, more expansion, more joy with our friends. Septile to the moon in Leo is saying, be yourself. This is like where I feel comfortable is in my own creative self-expression. It's in my own skin. I have to be my own best friend, so it's like there's a lot of love and joy for us being the individual that we are and coming out into the group, coming into society. So it's like looking at a bowl of fruit and seeing, the grapes green and red and kiwis and bananas and oranges and apricots, watermelon, whatever. It's just like the array, all this array, the celebration of all of these things together makes it even more beautiful. So it's like, don't be afraid to get out there. Be yourself. Have fun. Be creative. Be weird. Aquarius, be weird. I'll show you. So that's the septile happening here early in the morning. And then as the moon continues to move through, it creates a really special connection here with the south node and the north node. Right around 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here, a trine to the south node in Sagittarius. Moon here, 7 degrees of Leo. Sextile to the north node here in Gemini. Now this is interesting. Collectively, we're all seeking truth. We're all seeking knowledge. We're all seeking information. And Mercury here, the ruling planet of Gemini and of Virgo, where Mars and Venus are, which is our love, our desires, and how we get or attain or seek out, go after those loves, wants, and desires, both in Mercury's territory. And Mercury here is in the fiery sign of Leo, still close to the sun and to the moon as well. And so it's like, it's practical energy for one. It's making things happen and getting things done. It's staying so focused on the objective. It's like we have to cross the finish line and we have X amount of time to do it. We have X amount of time. That's what Virgo season teaches us. There is X amount of time in summer. There's X amount of time in winter. There's X amount of time for each season. There's X amount of time for, planting food. There's so much time to harvest. Then there's a finite time. It's just like, okay, well, now how well did we do, Libra, right? So we're not there yet. We're not there in how well did we do. We don't have any planets really in the North Node. Again, we're seeking, but this isn't about thinking with Gemini. And we have Saturn and the outer planets, Jupiter here in Aquarius, which is about collective, the community, us being individuals within the community, stepping up and being ourselves, not being afraid to be ourselves in the community. And all of this energy here, all of this being said, what this boils down to is about doing. It's not about overthinking things. It's not about creating judgment. We'll come back here because this is really the meat of the day. Then as the day continues, the moon is going to oppose Saturn. And Saturn is like karma. It's like ticking time, right? Chronos, father time. So it's like, well, how much time do you have? And the more sometimes that we sit and perplex and think about something or debate something in our minds, or when we look at a chore, Virgo chore, when we're looking at like chores and say, okay, well, I can do this. And sometimes it's like, just do it. Just stop thinking about it. Start acting about it. Start acting upon it. So there's this fire energy. It's like strike while the iron is hot. Well, which tie do I, what part do I want to iron first? There's a bit of preparation and planning, most certainly. But at the same time, with Mars and Venus in Virgo, we have the horse blinders on. We see the objective, and that's crossing the finish line. I'm running a race, whether it's a marathon, a triathlon, or whatever that may be. It's like we're not stopping to check the phone. We're not stopping to see what the weather's going to be like later on. We're not, concerned about anything but that thing in that moment and about doing that and execution. So it's taking this fire energy and saying, this is where I feel comfortable. You know, the emotional needs, the emotional moon here, where I feel vulnerable, where's my safe space? And this is all, again, about being self, being happy to be yourself. The other inner planets are saying, yes, let's fire up. Mercury saying, yes, fire up. The connection to Mercury being Virgo, and the other planets agreeing, saying, let's fire up. Let's get focused on what we're doing, how we're giving back to the community. What is our objective? You know, it's not just a finish line. This isn't just a solo race, but this is like something that, this is boiling passions that's going on inside that we don't need to hem and haw over. We just need to do it. You know, it's like if you're a camera person, just get out there and go shoot, you know, and then the more we're doing it, the more we're learning by by the results. And I think that's the big play here between the Leo and the Virgo energy, is like the more that we're doing, the more that we're acting upon, taking advantage of the moment, not being upstairs about it, and then judgment, Virgo, you know, then, you know, or yes or no, how am I going to do this? You know, and then the judgment's Libra's time, you know, so we'll figure that out later. You know, but it's now, it's like, okay, the more that I do, then I can sit here and review the work that I just did and decide, you know, Virgo energy, decide, do I want to do this same thing again? Would I do it differently this time? How would I, you know, venture upon it the next? Or how would I do tomorrow differently than I did today? So either way, awesome energy leading up into this new moon, you know, and the release. That's another beautiful thing I'm going to end it here, is with the emotional moon connecting to the South Node. You know, it's about a release. And South Node is certainly about knowledge and group knowledge, collective knowledge. How will people view me if I do this? How will people view me if I execute this? So it's like we get to let go of this idea. And this grand fire trine that the Sun and Mercury had over the past week, the Moon is now picking up. So we're going to trine over to Chiron and Aries. Moon's going to trine, you know, or is trine, excuse me, to the South Node in Sagittarius. You know, so there's all this healing and this beautiful energy and all of this yes, 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 yes to life. And whatever it is, it's saying yes, not overthinking, executing, doing, and smiling while we're doing it. My friends, have a beautiful day. I love you. I wish you enough, and I'll see you tomorrow.